In this video tutorial, you will learn how to add content to your course. The first step in adding content to your course is going to a content area. So we will navigate to the course content area of this course, and you will hover over the gray menu at the top. For this part of the training, you will want to hover over Build Content. In this Build Content area, as you can see, you can create different items. You can add a content folder, you can add an item or a file, you can add a learning module. I'm going to show you how to use some of these and add them to your course. The first thing we will add is a content folder. So we will go to Build Content and down to Content Folder. We click there. Now we have to give our content folder a name. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to name it Week 5. This text box here, formerly known as the content editor box, is just called the text box now. You can add directions here if you like. This is where we like to add our incremental learning outcomes. So I'm going to put a place here at the completion of this week. Students will be able to, and then I'm going to give a place to list bulleted pointed incremental learning outcomes. Once I've done that, I can take the defaults here and just click Submit. If you scroll down, you'll see this green box here at the top. It says Success Week 5 Created. If you'll scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see Week 5 is here. If I need to move that folder anywhere in this course, I just grab it here on the left and drag it and drop it. Okay. Now, if I go back to the Week 5 folder and build content here, now I can add things that I want my students to learn that week in Week 5. So I can go to Build Content and I can add a learning module. For this learning module, we will give it a name and we will call it Sample Learning Module. Again, this is an optional box for you to put text or directions if you need, and you take the defaults here if you'd like, or you can have your learning module open in a new window if you'd like. These options are strictly up to the instructor, whatever you think is best for your students. I'm going to click Submit, and now I have my learning module. Now, in order to create separate pages on the learning module, I will need to go into this link and build my content. This is where I'll show you how to add an item. Adding an item is under the Build Content menu as well, and when we click Item, we can give, most people use creating an item in their courses for giving directions. So, directions for this week. Now I can give my directions for the Week 5 folder in this course, and so on and so forth. I can add an attachment if I like. I can change these options if I like, but at the end I will click Submit. Now, let's review. We have a Week 5 folder. And when we click into Week 5, now we have a learning module. In the learning module, we have an item, and it gives us directions for the week. Now we want to add a file, because maybe I have some lecture notes or a PowerPoint or some type of presentation that I would like for my students to be able to read through. So now I'm going to hover over Build Content and I'm going to choose File. Now, I need to find a file to add, and let's see. I'm just going to add an old Decide rubric. Now, I always, out of personal preference, choose Open in a New Window for files so that they don't have to navigate away from their Blackboard window. This is totally up to you and to the discretion of the instructor, but this is just what I like to do. So I'm going to click Submit. And now, after my directions, I have a file that students can download by clicking this link. If I decide to change the order at any time here, again, I can just grab here and drag and drop. And that's fairly simple to do there. Now, I want to add a YouTube video. So I'm going to go to Build Content. I'm going to go down here and find YouTube video. And this is going to allow me to add a video from YouTube. I can search from YouTube in Blackboard. I'm just going to do a video on spiders. So I'm going to type spiders in the search bar. I'm going to click Go or press Return on the keyboard. And it's going to come up with a list of videos in YouTube from about spiders. So this is the video that I want to choose, so I'm just going to click Select. And now I'm going to have options. I can give it a name. I can change the name of the video, or I can leave it the same as it is on YouTube. I can give a description. Most of the time I put directions here. So I would put, please view this video and complete the assignment below. Now I need to choose my mashup options. The mashup options gives you the option to give students a thumbnail, embed the video, or just the link text with the player. I like to either do the thumbnail or the embed video. The thumbnail is a small picture that shows the video. The embed video is the actual YouTube player that they can play within Blackboard. So I'm going to choose that one. I'm going to always show the YouTube URL just in case there's something wrong with the mashup tool in Blackboard. Students can still get to that URL and go out to YouTube themselves and find the video. If I want to add a transcript to the video, I can type that up and add it as an attachment here. But once I've done that, I'm going to, as always, go down and click Submit. And now in our learning module, you'll see directions, our link, and now we have a video that we can play right from Blackboard where students will not have to navigate away from Blackboard. Pretty straightforward. The next thing I want to show you is how to add a web link. Just as always, we go back to Build Content, we go down to Web Link, we choose Web Link. We're going to give it a name for this. After I've added the title to the Wiggins Memorial Library link, I want to add my URL. Now this can be found anywhere, but I'm going to go out to the site and get it. So I'm going to campbell.edu and I want to find the library. So here is the library link. I'm going to highlight and copy that, and I can close this window. Now I'm going to click in the URL box and paste that link, and I can give directions or a description here. This link is to the Wiggins Memorial Library. I can add an attachment. I can set it to open in a new window or not. I like to open web links in a new window as well. And then I'll scroll down and click Submit. And now we have a library link. Okay, the final thing I want to show you is in building content. As you can see, it's all from this Build Content menu. And there are several other options that we won't get to, but I would like to show you how to add a course link. So when I add a course link, it just puts a link in the learning module or in the folder that I'm in, so students don't have to navigate away from that screen in order to get to somewhere. So I like to do this with discussion boards. So right here where you see choose item, you'll click browse, and you'll choose what part of your course that you want to link to. Now I would like to link to the discussion board. So I'm going to find discussions and choose discussions. I'm going to name it discussion board link. Click the link to navigate to the discussion boards forum. As always, I will click Submit. And now we've added into our learning module a link to the discussion board. So now when students click this link, they will go directly to the discussion board and they don't have to navigate away from where they are in the course. So for review, one final review, we added a content folder, which was in the course content area. Inside that folder, we added a learning module. Inside the learning module, we added an item, we added a file, we added a YouTube video, we added a web link, and we added a course link. And all of these things can be added under the Build Content function in Blackboard. Always remember, in order to get this Build Content function, you have to be within a content area. If for some reason your course doesn't have a content area, you will need to hover over the plus symbol over on top of the course menu and choose Content Area. That will add a content area to your course menu where you can build content. I hope this tutorial is informative and that you found it to be somewhat entertaining, and good luck in the rest of the course. Thank you.